I was talking with a colleague yesterday about organizational development and leadership, and we both agreed that leadership development is one of the key things in any organization. And we both agreed that leadership development in the middle of the organization is the most neglected area of leadership development. It's just that kind of thing where we invest in the top because these are our key strategic leader, maybe CEO, C-suite, heads of a nonprofit, senior pastoral level, people in a church, whatever the organization might be, there's an investment there. And then there's attention and energy given to new people, onboarding, development, orientation. We put a lot of resources in folks as they come into the organization. But what about the middle? People kind of get lost in the middle, but it's really essential to work on it. I had a few years wrestling in junior high and high school, and I frankly wasn't very good at it and eventually went to football and stuck with that. When I was wrestling, I remember they were saying, you got to work on your middle. You got to work on, the midsection. How's your midsection, Donahue? Is it getting stronger? Today we would say the word core. We would do core strength. Core strength in an organization is in the middle. So I want to talk about that and tell you some reasons why you need to make this investment. First, it builds pipeline. You'll always have that then rising level of people who can take increasing responsibility if you're investing in the middle. It's going to be a while before the newbies get along and can get to where you need people to be. And you already have some folks at the top, but that middle is so important for opportunity. But if you're not investing in, there's no ongoing pipeline of people rising to increasing levels of ability, skill level, and so on. So invest in people and you'll get great products. A lot of us focus on great products, but we're not making the investment in great people. Great people make great products or outcomes or services. There's secondly a natural trickle down. As you model leader development to the middle, they will begin to model and pass along the values and principles and things they're learning to people that they are leading. And of course, the more intentional around that you can be, the better. But there is a trickle down. Third, there's a multiplier effect. You will see more and more people having the ability to lead and wanting to lead and taking risks in areas of leadership. So when you start to be effective at the middle, you create a leadership development culture, and it kind of has this multiplying, not just trickle down effect. The middle also, for a fourth reason, I think, for investing in it is it's a proving ground or testing ground. That's the place where people finally get enough of a role and enough responsibility that you can watch what they're doing, give them feedback, give them some risks to take and see how they do. And it's a place where there's some freedom to fail and not have a big disastrous impact in the institution. They can really step out and bump around a little bit, and you can use that developmentally. The future of your organization and the future of leadership is in the middle. A stronger middle is a greater future. A fifth reason is its turnover reduction. When you invest in the middle, people are not looking to leave as easily, but you have to make the investment. And the problem with turnover, and this one I just want to hit for a second, is it really is, it goes up in organizations where there's disheartened leaders. They just go, are they going to invest in me or are they going to bring someone in from the outside? And that's why there's turnover sometimes, is people see that when you really want the next strategic hire, you go outside or you go to the search firm. You don't look within and build up and create, again, that pipeline. So that creates turnover. So people feel left out. Often people are not paid enough there. They've been around, they're growing in skill. How do you invest in them and show them you matter? So there's financial incentives to leave versus stay and develop and continue to grow. There's restructuring that happens, and I know that affects the middle, and sometimes people get lost in that. And then there's kind of the frozen middle. People feel like, I'm going to be here forever. And no one's saying, hey, I think you'd be a great leader someday. There's the 60-20-20 principle people talk about. The investment made in the 20% at the lower end and the 20% at the higher end, but that 60% of your people and leaders that are in the middle, they get the short end of the stick. So let's get leaders at every level, because the middle is where the money is made. Those people lead the execution-oriented and operational aspects of the organization, and so that's where things really happen, and that's where you need good leadership, in the midsection. Finally, I think you have crisis aversion when you do leader development in the middle. You have sharp, wise people who see things happening sooner, and they're able to react. And when you have a crisis, it doesn't last as long because you've developed leaders in the middle. So the question is, how's your midsection? Is it getting stronger? How's the core? Are you building it? Every organization needs to.